Welcome back to the Donovan and Jorgensen Heating and Cooling Friday Night Rivals pregame show. We're getting you ready for kickoff as the Grafton Blackhawks travel to Wisconsin Lutheran to take on the Vikings. Again, Wisconsin Lutheran is 2-1 this year. 2 wins over New Berlin Eisenhower and South Milwaukee, and their only loss was to Whitefish Bay. We are now joined by the head football coach at Wisconsin Lutheran High School. He is Joel Radue. Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Boy, it's been a bit. I was surprised when we talked off the air that this is year 10 for you at Wisconsin Lutheran as the head coach?
Yeah, it is. It's gone fast.
It has gone really fast. I would have guessed 5 or 6, and man, that's awesome. How you feeling about this year's team, Coach? You guys are 2-1 and feeling pretty good about where you're at?
We're making good progress. We started off a little slow. We weren't real sharp. Turned the ball over a little bit. But it's coming. We had to make a change at quarterback. And he started his first game as sophomore, Cooper Sievert, last week, and he did a good job for us.
Well, I'm sure that Grafton knows there's a sophomore quarterback, and if you know those boys over there, they'll say hello to him if they can.
Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah, it's a good program, 2 really good programs, and you guys both ended up 6-1 last year in conference, and then they got you in the playoffs. And I'm excited about this game tonight, Coach. You guys have some really talented players that have come back from a successful year last year, and I want to start, if we can, with Michael Smith. He's a kid that is not afraid to hit you a little bit, and he's a tough kid.
He is. He's got great size and athletic ability to go with it. He can get out in space and make some things happen. He's a really, really good offensive lineman.
Yeah, he is. Hey, Coach, Josiah Rice is another one I wanted to talk about. And before we get to it, Coach, you know what it's like to have seniors in the locker room, on the field, who have done this before. And take that leadership role seriously, and I know that these are some of the guys that do that for you. But year in and year out at a place like Wisconsin Lutheran, there are kids that step up. Right now, it's their team. They're the ones who gather kids together to make sure we're in the weight room, make sure we're getting everything we can in the off season. And the guys that we're talking about, including Michael Smith, are guys like that. Correct?
Yeah, they're all part of our leadership group, players that we select in the off season, and they're assigned different groups of players to keep an eye on them, make sure their grades are okay, make sure they're in the weight room, and these guys all do a great job of that.
You know, Coach, before we get to Josiah Rice, I want to talk about what you just talked about. It's interesting to me, if they're in charge of different groups, what you're trying to do is more than teach them football, right? By you assigning them different groups, you're looking for these kids to understand what it's like to be a leader, and then also as they get older, right, to be good husbands and fathers, and the things that we're trying to teach kids at the age that you're coaching them, what it's going to be like in the future.
Very much so. That's always been a big part of our program, the leadership aspect of it, and again, these guys plus a few others do a great job on our leadership team.
That's awesome. Let's get to Josiah Rice. Awfully talented football player. He's a really good athlete, Coach.
Yeah, he is. He's a 3-sport athlete. He's part of our basketball team, runs track. Unfortunately, his sophomore year, he was the offensive player of the year, even though he tore his ACL in week 8. So it took him a bit to get going last year. And this past offseason was the first offseason he's got to truly work on his body, and he is in tip-top shape and ready to go, and he is going to have a big year.
That's awesome. Hey, one other player that I wanted to mention and highlight a little bit, Noah Hubner is a player that you guys count a lot on.
Yeah, he's a two-way player for us. He's also a part of our leadership group. Big kid, 6'4" tight end, also plays outside linebacker for us. Our first game we ran a few tight end reverses, and I think he had like 180 yards and three attempts. So that was a big play for us. We haven't tried running it since, so the cat's out of the bag on that one, I think.
Well, this pregame show, I don't think anybody from Grafton is going to be able to see it 6:30, 6:45 before the game. So I promise we will not be telling anybody. Coach, this is the first time that we've been able to have a game at Wisconsin Lutheran. And what an advantage. You don't know what you don't know, right? But now that you can play your home games at home, at the high school, man, what a big difference for your staff, correct?
Yeah, we love it. The kids love it. It's going to be jam-packed on Friday night. Probably a sellout crowd. Like I said in our pregame talk, it's great not having to get on a bus every week.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Coach, I want to talk a little bit about the school itself, Wisconsin Lutheran College, or Wisconsin Lutheran High School, excuse me. And when you have a basketball team that had the kind of success that they've had, there's something that happens, I think, in the school when there's a program that gets to the highest level, wins a state championship, and I think through the school, kids that now are coming back all want to be part of something that special. Do you feel that within the halls of Wisconsin Lutheran?
Yeah, we have really, excellent athletic programs here at Wisconsin Lutheran. Our baseball team was good last year.
Really good.
Our track teams won conference. Softball team won conference. I mean, we had really, really good success. So, yeah, that permeates throughout the building for sure.
Who was the coach of that softball team, by the way?
Someone with the same last name as me.
Yeah, I know that because she's been on my radio show, and she credits you. She does. She said, "Look, I learned how to be a good coach, and he taught me that." So I think that's awesome. Hey, I want to spend one more minute. You've talked about the leadership part of this, and that servant leadership part that you want and expect some of your players to have. Coach, that's just not a talking point for your school. Every coach, every player that I've ever had on from Wisconsin Lutheran always talks about that part of it. Look, you guys teach really well in the classroom. You have really good athletic programs, but there's so much more to being an athlete, a student athlete at Wisconsin Lutheran High School, and that's that servant leadership part of what you ingrain in these kids, and it's something you guys talk about a lot.
Yeah, we do. It's not easy, and it doesn't come natural. So we all set up programs that we think best fit the kids that we have to be leaders, and now we try and put them in good positions where they have opportunities to lead. And so far, like, these guys are doing a good job of it.
Hey, Coach, I want to talk real quick. You talked about Josiah Rice and being a multi-sport athlete. That's something that you believe in a lot. You want these kids to be active and be multi-sport athletes.
Yeah, that's correct. There's very few guys on our football team that just play football. The majority of our guys are for sure two-sport athletes, and we have multiple three-sport athletes.
Hey, Coach, I really appreciate your time today. Thank you very much. Looking forward to doing a home game at Wisconsin Lutheran, and good luck tonight against Grafton.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks.
You got it. Thanks, Coach. Let's get to a break. Other side, we'll be joined by this week's Current Electric behind-the-scenes superhero of the week. This is the Donovan and Jorgensen Heating and Cooling Friday Night Rivals pregame show only on My 24.